Imagine a world without forgetting. A world where every moment, every experience, and every piece of information is stored perfectly in your mind. Every face, every conversation, every detail perfectly preserved. You'd never forget a name, a face, or a precious moment. No more embarrassing memory lapses, no more lost keys. Imagine the convenience of always knowing where everything is, of never having to search for your belongings again. This is the promise of total recall, a revolutionary brain implant offering perfect memory. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? A tiny chip implanted in your brain, ensuring you never forget anything ever again. But be careful what you wish for. With great power comes great responsibility, and the ability to remember everything might not be as wonderful as it seems. The technology is still in its infancy, but the implications are staggering. Scientists are working tirelessly to perfect this innovation, but there are still many unknowns. Imagine effortlessly recalling every line from your favorite book or mastering a new language overnight. The possibilities seem endless. You could become an expert in any field simply by remembering everything you learn. But what about the downsides? What happens when the ability to remember everything becomes a burden? What happens when we can't escape our past mistakes, our regrets, our traumas? The human mind is designed to forget for a reason. Holding on to every memory, good or bad, could lead to overwhelming stress and anxiety. Perhaps in the end, the ability to forget is just as important as the ability to remember. It's a delicate balance that makes us human. Imagine acing every exam, effortlessly recalling every fact and figure. Picture yourself walking into a classroom, knowing you have every answer at your fingertips. The confidence that comes with such perfect recall is unparalleled. You'd be the top student, the one everyone turns to for help, the one who never misses a beat. Your academic journey would be a breeze and every test would feel like a walk in the park. Think of the competitive edge in business, effortlessly remembering names and details from every meeting. Imagine walking into a high-stakes negotiation, recalling every detail from previous discussions, every name, every preference. Your colleagues would be in awe of your memory, and your clients would trust you implicitly. Every handshake would be more meaningful, every deal more secure. The power of perfect recall could transform your career, making you an indispensable asset to any team. Doctors could make perfect diagnoses, never missing a symptom or a detail from a patient's history. They could recall every medical journal article, every case study, every piece of relevant information. This could lead to faster, more accurate treatments, saving countless lives and improving the quality of care. The medical field would be revolutionized, with doctors becoming near infallible in their practice. Lawyers could win every case, remembering every precedent, every piece of evidence, every argument ever made. They could construct flawless defenses and prosecutions, leaving no stone unturned. The legal system would see a new era of precision and effectiveness, with justice served more swiftly and accurately than ever before. The implications for education, for business, for healthcare are immense. But at what cost? While the idea of perfect memory is enticing, it raises important questions. What would we lose in the process? Would the pressure to remember everything lead to burnout? Would the human experience be diminished if we never forgot anything? Our brains are not designed for such perfect retention. We evolve to forget. Forgetting is a natural part of our cognitive process, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. It's a way to clear out the clutter, to make room for new experiences and knowledge. Scientists have shown that our brains are wired to prioritize certain memories over others, ensuring that we can function effectively in our daily lives. We forget the mundane, the painful, the irrelevant. This selective memory helps us to move on from past traumas, to let go of unnecessary details, and to focus on the present. It's a coping mechanism that has evolved over millennia, helping us to survive and thrive in a complex world. It's a survival mechanism, a way to prioritize the important and discard the rest. By forgetting, we can concentrate on what truly matters, making the most of our cognitive resources. In a world where information overload is a constant threat, the ability to forget is just as valuable as the ability to remember. So, while the idea of never forgetting a face or a name is appealing, it's important to remember the value of forgetting too. Now imagine the flip side. Every embarrassing moment, every awkward encounter, every heartbreak forever etched in your mind, the pain of betrayal, the sting of rejection, the grief of loss, all replayed with excruciating clarity. What happens to our capacity for forgiveness, for letting go, for moving on? Total recall threatens to trap us in our past, haunted by ghosts we can never outrun.
Meet Sarah, an early adopter of Total Recall. This groundbreaking technology promised to enhance human memory, allowing users to recall every detail of their lives with perfect clarity. Sarah was intrigued by the possibilities and decided to take the plunge. Initially, I reveled in my newfound abilities. The world seemed brighter, and I felt more in control than ever before. I could remember every happy moment, every joke, and every piece of information I had ever learned. It was like having a superpower. I excelled at work, effortlessly navigating complex data and remembering every client detail. My colleagues were amazed at my efficiency and precision. I quickly climbed the corporate ladder, earning promotions and accolades. My career was on an upward trajectory, and I felt unstoppable. I could recite entire films from memory, impressing friends and colleagues. Social gatherings became my stage, where I dazzled everyone with my flawless recollection of stories, jokes, and trivia. I was the life of the party, and everyone wanted to be around me. But my enhanced memory came at a price. The constant influx of information began to overwhelm me. I found it difficult to filter out the noise and focus on what truly mattered. My mind was always racing, and I struggled to find peace. I couldn't escape the memory of a childhood accident, the guilt and fear replaying endlessly. Every detail of that traumatic event was etched into my mind, and I couldn't turn it off. The vividness of the memory was both a blessing and a curse. Romantic relationships crumbled under the weight of my perfect memory, every fight, every mistake impossible to forget. I could recall every hurtful word, every moment of tension, and it became impossible to move on. My partners felt scrutinized and judged, and the relationships inevitably fell apart. I became withdrawn, haunted by a past I could not escape. The memories that once brought me joy now felt like chains, binding me to moments I wished I could forget. I isolated myself, fearing that any new experience would only add to the burden. My perfect memory had become a prison. What was once a gift had turned into a curse, trapping me in a cycle of endless recollection. I longed for the days when I could forget, when my mind was free to wander and dream. Now I was a prisoner of my own mind, searching for a way out.
Sarah's story is a cautionary tale. Total recall, for all its alluring benefits, carries a dark side. Our brains are not hard drives. They are complex, dynamic organs that thrive on selectivity. Forgetting is not a flaw, it's a feature. It allows us to process, to prioritize, to adapt. It enables us to learn from our mistakes without being crippled by them, to forgive ourselves and others, to find peace in the present moment. Forgetting allows us to construct a narrative of our lives, to shape our identities, to evolve. It's the foundation of forgiveness, of second chances, of personal growth. Total recall threatens to erase this essential human experience. Imagine a world where grudges are held forever, where mistakes haunt us indefinitely. Imagine the societal impact, the erosion of trust, the breakdown of relationships. The key lies in finding the balance. We need to explore the potential of memory enhancement without sacrificing our humanity. Perhaps the answer lies not in perfect recall, but in selective enhancement. Imagine a future where we can choose what to remember, what to enhance, what to let go. A future where technology empowers us without defining us. The future of memory is not about erasing the past, but about shaping our relationship with it.